Do present.
I know, but I can't see when. Okay, let me know when Herc has gone live.
All right. Herc has gone live.
So start.
Beautiful.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to our fall 2020 Meet Blue and White. My name is Elena Mayfield. I am the current president of the new Upsilon chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
What's up, y'all? My name is Elijah Mitchell. I'm a member of the Hur-Khan Eta chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated at Sex State right now. Now, just to give y'all some history about my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated were founded January 9th, 1914 on the campus of Howard University, Washington District of Columbia. My organization wouldn't be here if not for our three, yes, they only look like three founders, A. Langston Taylor, Leonard F. Morris, and Charles I. Brown. We were founded on the principles of brotherhood, scholarship, and service.
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was founded January 16th, 1920 on the campus of Howard University, Washington District of Columbia. Yes, 1920, that makes 2020 our centennial year. Even with Corona, we are still celebrating our centennial year. We wouldn't have been able to be here and be celebrating 100 years of Zeta service without our five Dudley Pearls, Miss Arizona Cleaver Stebbins, Pearl Anna Neal, Viola Tyler Goings, Myrtle Tyler Faithful, and our favorite, Miss Fanny Petty Watts. We are founded on the principles of scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood. And just a little tidbit, we are the first and only sorority to be constitutionally bound to a fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And they are our brother organization. So you're probably wondering what blue and white means to us. Me and Elijah, we are related, we are siblings. So that goes back to our constitutionally bound relationship. We do want to offer this time for our fellow brothers and sorors and sisters to speak on the impact of Zeta or Sigma on their lives. So first up, we have Miss Soror Webb.
Okay, give us a few moments here while she gets ready. Ms. Aurora Reb, can you enlighten us on what the sorority means to you?
Yes, sorry about that. Can you guys see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thanks so much for the introduction. So my name is Kaya Webb. I'm currently a graduate student here at Sacramento State. I actually work on the campus as well. And I became a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated in fall 2012. So I've been a member for a little while. And so for me, I grew up as an only child. So I never really had the pleasure of having brothers and sisters in my home. So a lot of my relationships really grew from friendships. However, I always like longed and always wanted that brotherly and like sisterly bond. So when I came to college, and my mother is also a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated as well. So but when I came to college and really got the opportunity to be in the presence of the Zetas, I was able to learn a lot more about myself and a lot more about like my abilities and my skills. And they just were so sisterly to me and showed me a lot of love. So when I became a member, I am also a little bit of the shyer type. So I was never really more of like the outspoken person, friendly, but also kind of introverted. And so this organization has really put me in a position to shine in different ways and really put myself out there a lot more, whether it's in like a business setting or whether it's in a social setting. And so Zeta has really taught me just a lot about, the things that I can accomplish and all that I can be. And I'm currently in a graduate chapter. So I'm in the Omega Lambda Zeta chapter in Rancho Cordova, California, and I'm the vice president of my chapter. So one of the things that I really want to emphasize is that, what you guys see when it comes to being on a college campus, the underground life is wonderful. Just being on the college campus, being on the scene, so much fun. You see the stepping, you see the strolling, and definitely an amazing experience. But what is really important is to know that beyond college life, we definitely do a lot within the community, even as graduate members. So me being vice president of my organization also led me to the opportunity. So I'm also the graduate and PhD advisor of the Greeks, the Divine Nine Greeks on Sac State's campus. So I give a lot back to the community, and I get to utilize my graduate status to give back to the undergrad. So that's something that's really important to me. And I just absolutely love being in this organization and being bound to my brothers. Like I said, grew up as an only child. So this organization has really allowed me to develop those bonds and to establish that relationship. And, we're just like a family. We might fight, argue, disagree, all of those things, but we're a family, right? And we're there for each other. When we love each other, we hold each other down. We're each other's friends, and not just, a soror or a fraternity brother. We actually have a bond and a relationship with each other. So that's been a lot of the experience that I've been able to have being in this organization.
Okay, thank you so much. And now for the Sigma side of things, we're going to add in my brother Joffrey, Mr. Oler, into the meeting as well. Thank you so much, Ms. Webb. Brother Joffrey, you are now live, sir.
Hello.
So the question is, what does Sigma mean to you? What does the Blue and White family mean to you?
Well, Sigma means a lot to me. I have some deep roots within the Blue and White family. And, Sigma goes beyond, just a brotherhood and even beyond having a sister, like a brother-sister relationship with Zeta Phi Beta. But it means so much more. For me, it's helped me pursue all my aspirations, in my career field. Every single job I've had has been because of somebody I've known. And when I became a Sigma, I would meet other Greeks and they would just find out I was Greek. And they would just say, oh, wow, you're in what organization? Okay, I'm definitely going to make sure that we set you up on the right path to get where you want to be. I love, having the ability to ask someone for help. If I have a problem, I can probably call up any person at any time. When I've traveled to different states, I've been able to come in contact with Blue and White, and they're like, hey, you need a place to stay, you're more than welcome to come through. So I always appreciate the hospitality that I've received since becoming a member of Phi Beta Sigma. Yeah. Elijah, you're on mute.
I do appreciate you for sharing your story with us on this Meet Blue and White. We're going to move on to our next guest. Elena, if you would like to announce them in.
So next we have Soror Lacey, who will be speaking on the impact of Zeta and how the Blue and White family has impacted and affected her life. So give us 1 second while we bring her in. Hello, Sorors. You are now live.
I'm struggling. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
How are you?
Ooh, nervous actually. Very.
Gonna be fine. All right, so the question we have is how Zeta and the Blue and White family has impacted your life and just what you've been able to grow from.
Ooh, to squeeze this into a little smidgen of time, because on a personal and professional level, my sorority as well as my brothers have just added to my pot of life. The main way I would say that Zeta impacted me is that it truly contributed to my growth. I would say personally, as a woman, how I communicate with people, even down to like how I handle myself professionally. Because if there's anything we Zetas know, is that if, when it comes to business, it's got to be in tip-top shape. What my sorority means to me is it's a place where I have really like grown my roots through. It is something I've really flourished out of. And I like to compare Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated to somewhat like something like a tree. You know, it grows, it has real deep roots in Black history and just even, I don't know how to explain it. We really struck our stuff down. Our principles are, we came out of scholarship mostly, a place where it was great to be smart. Like that's the bare minimum, no other, nothing else, maybe some service, but scholarship was the number one. It kind of cast these branches that overreach over everything into service and helping babies and grown women, even extending out to our constitutionally bound brothers. It just encompasses so many things and just, I don't know, the balance and the way it just handles itself contributes to society. Like I said, it's too much stuff to squeeze into one little segment.
Well, thank you for sharing that. We're all able to learn from that. So up next, we have another brother speaking. I will let Elijah go ahead and introduce him. Give us one.
We do apologize for that. We're going to let our brother, Mr. Davis, in and share his.
Give us 1 second. We're having technical difficulties. We're trying to figure that out now. All right. Give us 1 second while we admit our next brother. We're having technical difficulties. We do apologize. Oh, welcome. Thank you. So the question at hand is, how has Sigma and Blue and White affected your life and how you've been able to grow and benefit from our relationship?
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Once again, my name is Jared Davis. I'm currently the Theta Gamma Sigma Greater Sacramento region chapter president here at the Alumni chapter. So Um, this marks my 13th year in Sigma. I crossed in 2007 from Sac State through the Omicron Eta chapter. And the impact from the Blue and White family and Sigma as a whole is it's evolved over the years. I think as an undergrad, it pushed creativity. I think that was the biggest thing that we were, being young, broke college students, you learn how to be creative. And we figured out, ways to, impact the campus, not necessarily always financially, but through socially, through networking with other organizations, and really with a common core and a purpose of service. And after college and matriculating into the alumni chapter, I think that's when things really started to take off really in manhood and adulthood in regards to trying to grow as a professional. I guess there's so many avenues. I would say from alumni standpoint, it's allowed me to deal with, learn how to have healthy discussions and debates, and learn how to disagree with somebody, have healthy disagreements, which all overlays in the professional world. Academically, one of my frat brothers wrote one of my letters of recommendation to get into grad school. So, the impact it flows throughout different parts of my life. So whether it be academically and having brothers in front of me who've already set the course, and brothers who are behind me who can come and I can help show them the course as far as things I've done. So it's just really given an avenue to just me and just other brothers around me to really disguise the limit. Anything that you want to be a part of or you have questions about, whether if you're interested in being a doctor, you want to be a police officer, you want to be a fireman, you want to be a scientist. We got brothers that are in all aspects, socially and networking. It's I've really seen the world with Blue and White. I'm an avid traveler, and many of my trips has either been with my line brother, or some of my sorors. So I've traveled the world. I've partied hard, had a great time. So I think the social aspect, the overall networking aspect is lifetime memories that I always have, and I continue to make more as time goes on. So I think the impacts overall over my life has always been truly positive with these last 13 years and being a part of Sigma and the true Blue and White family. It's really nothing like it to know that you have a brotherhood in Sigma and a bond through Zeta that it's really is a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and we are a family, and we support each other and such. And having the core of service in both sides, that our ultimate goal is to always take care of one another and also take care of the communities that we're a part of. So it's opened the doors to meet a diverse range of people from different backgrounds from across the nation. It's been a beautiful experience, and definitely happy to be a part of and continue to be a part of it. And I'm looking forward to some of my my brothers who are graduating from the undergrad chapter as they move forward and come into the alumni chapter so they can see what the other side of Sigma looks like outside of college. So Phi Beta Sigma is a great organization. It's been an amazing brotherhood. And specifically here in Sacramento, at my home, my home region, we have a special thing out here. We have a special atmosphere and a special brotherhood and connection. And it's nothing like it. So Sigma's been great for me.
Thank you for sharing on your experience. That means a lot. We're grateful to have you with us. All right, so moving on, we have Soror Foster coming in. So give us 1 second while we bring her in. All right, Soror Foster, you are live. And the question has been how Blue and White and Zeta has impacted your life post-college and in general.
Thank you for having me today, this evening. So my name is Delisa, and I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I've been a member since summer of 1998.
And the question is how Blue and White and Zeta has impacted your life post-college.
I think I'm getting double. Thank you for having me today. So, why I am here in being a member of Zeta Phi Beta. It's been very since you are live and the question has impacted your life post-college. Okay, that's fixed now. I lost it. So it's correct on my end. So I might use Zeta because it's the only place to be. Some value things I've had since I've been a member. Like I say, both in opportunities, the graduate from the member of that was here in Sacramento, and we do a lot within the community. It's a great way to understand some of the different actions going on and giving back different organizations to be a positive impact. One thing I really appreciate is our is having that bond and learning something to be able to call there's a response. And it's wonderful. So to be source and others there to help and support any of our projects and everything I would within the system, and there's been opportunities with sorors and onto campus and doing some mentoring and little exceptions and campus. So they've been visible for us to inspire them too, and any questions about in college, also provide scholarships and beyond back even as a right number and I had a couple opportunities to go back into the course on the college campuses for others and different events. So but it's very busy. So as far as relationships are great. And who's your best friend? I think about them like, I have sisters, so I really consider them best friends because they're sisters, like a whole different level of that. So my experience has been, very bad, and I appreciate a lot of sorors and others, and I could talk a lot more. I feel like the question. So.
Thank you for sharing. We appreciate having you with us tonight. So we'll be moving on with the rest of the night. Next, we have our Q&A portion. If anyone that does have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section and we will be able to answer them. And we'll give a few minutes for individuals to go ahead and drop their questions. Thank you, Ms. Foster.
Thank you.
All right, so we're giving y'all this time to drop your questions in the comment section, and we'll just give y'all a couple minutes to do that. Okay, so we have our first question. Our first question is, what is your favorite part about being a Zeta or a Sigma? Elijah, if you would like to go ahead and answer that question first. You're muted.
So my favorite part about being a Sigma is the community. There are multiple times and occasions where I've been able to ask on my brothers, very trying situations and tribulations for help and assistance, and they've been abundantly supportive in everything that I can do, as well as giving me the constructive criticism that I need to move forward in life. They've been able to give me even avenues and paths I didn't think I would have from before. And that's why I love being a Sigma. It has this community behind it that is uncomparable to anything else that I've ever been with. That's why.
For me, being a Zeta, my favorite part is the growth that I've been able to experience thus far and the relationships I've been able to build. I've been able to experience like professional growth and individual growth as well. Like I've been pushed to do certain things that I wouldn't typically want to do, like even or imagine myself doing. Like now I'm president. I never would have imagined myself being like a president of a certain organization or anything like that. But I would say my favorite thing has really been the growth and seeing my sisters and my fellow sorors grow as well. Just being able to experience the love that we each have for each other. It's nothing beats that. That's my favorite thing, just being in a room surrounded by my brothers and sisters. It's the best feeling in the world. So that would be my favorite part of being a Zeta. And we do have another question.
Okay, so for our next question, do you have a mentor with Zeta or with Sigma? Do you want to answer first? Would you like me to go?
You can go ahead.
I've had a few thus far. My special person, Ron Richardson, has been my mentor as far as like doing the financial stuff. Like he's guided me and walked me through like life insurance policies and things of nature. There's also been Mark, who is our close older brother, who's been there for me for almost throughout everything as well, and has given me really solid advice as far as how to conduct business, as far as on college campus and things of that nature. And even Hur-Khan, who's currently on the call as well, who's helped us facilitate a lot of our events, has been at my age as well throughout all of this, and giving me life lessons that I wouldn't ordinarily have or wouldn't ordinarily think within a band of men, if that makes sense.
For me, definitely the same as how Elijah said. I've had mentors or specials that have groomed me in certain fields. And I would say mostly just personal development. I have aunties who are my sorors now who, they correct me when I'm not doing something a certain way, or I'm not carrying myself in a certain way, and not pushing myself to do the best that I can. And I'm grateful for them because it's changed my perspective on so many things. Julie, Sora Augusto, I remember we were at one walk and she was just telling me certain like helpful things. And it was like she was correcting me on my my posture. And she was like, "You slouch too much, and that's not it's not cute. You don't look finer." And so that's one thing that has like stuck with me. She was like, even if you're wearing like a backpack, you can still adjust your posture to carry yourself in a more powerful and meaning way. And so that's something that has stuck with me for a long time. And so I just to have fellow sorors who helped me and groom me in certain fields, even professional. I've been able to learn a lot from them, and I appreciate them so much for that. And so for our next question, we have, is it difficult to juggle both a service organization and a professional occupation? I'm at school to that too. Yes, it is. It is definitely a struggle. It's time management is the biggest thing, and that's something that we've all learned joining these organizations is time management. And it's something that definitely plays a role because, you know, you're planning different events such as community service events or events such as this one. And, you know, you still have to keep in mind that you have a job to get to and homework to do and study for. And it can be overwhelming at times, but, you know, that's why we have each other to call on each other when we need help and not let everything just fall on one person. But it is definitely challenging, but it's not like it isn't doable. It's definitely doable.
It's definitely, most definitely doable. I currently right now work 40 hours a week on top of my classes, which are like organic chemistry, genetics, child development, major like science classes that do take up a lot of time, as well as making time for, you know, organizing events like this one right now. Like currently, just a few moments ago, I was at work. So taking time out of my work schedule to be able to be here and talk to you guys and things of that nature is helpful and allows us to work better. And it helps us balance more things in life as well. Because it's not all about, life always gives you different twists and turns and things of that nature. So being able to be versatile in those twists and turns allows you to be more successful. So for our next question, what is the most humbling part of joining Zeta or Sigma? For me, that's the most off since I started the question. For me, the most humbling thing is knowing you can't do everything by yourself. That you have to, not everything can be done by one person. Nobody successful does anything alone. And this, and being a part of Sigma and preaching the one band, one sound, it takes all of us to make it, to all of us to do the things that we do in Sigma. It's not just a single person putting it all on their back. It's everybody playing their part and doing it effectively with each other.
Definitely piggybacking on what Elijah said is knowing that it doesn't all fall on one person, but also that, you know, that you have people relying on you. And you have your brothers and your sisters relying on you to perform and to do your part, and just holding each other accountable for that. And so that's one of the biggest things for me is knowing that not everything does have to fall on my shoulders, and that I do have people to count on, and that I can ask for help, and that, you know, we don't have to go through this alone. But at the same time, there are people who are counting on you, and you can't, as much as you can, you know, focus on yourself and, you know, focus on the individual, but it's a group, you're a family, you know, everyone has a part to play or a role to play. And so it's just the accountability and just knowing that you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And that's the biggest thing for me, is knowing that it's not just me, I'm a part of something that's so much bigger and so much more meaningful than just my individual self.
We have one last question. Where do you see yourself in respective organization in 5 years from now?
I'll go ahead. It's not something I don't think I've taken too much time to think about that. It's a good question. 5 years from now, hopefully I've been graduated. I could see myself joining a grad chapter. I do want to take on more leadership roles within my organization. This is my first step in undergrad, but we do have, you know, national roles, and I think I would want to join a larger role just doing more, community service and just watching my chapter grow. That's what I plan on doing.
For me,
You're muted.
specifically, I want to be able to grow within the organization as well, like featuring more projects, more science-based projects. So I know for a fact, like my larger goal as far as in Sigma was to create a program that advertises like science and STEM programs to high school students, because I know that a lot of those programs weren't advocated to people of color. I know I had to, for me specifically, search that out and seek that out. It wasn't like it wasn't shown to me as it was to other students, if that makes sense. So in 5 years, I want to be able to create a program on that level with my grad organization, whatever organization within Phi Beta Sigma that I choose to be involved in. Okay, so as we're nearing 7:50, this is about a wrap up time. I'm going to let you guys know about our how to contact us. I know we have a Sac State Sigmas page. You really can type up Sac State Sigmas in your Instagram bar and you'll be able to search it up. Or you can email us at notoriousoh@gmail.com. Spell it just how Biggie spelled it in the song, and then oh@gmail.com. You'll be able to contact us and get more information on our organization specifically if need be.
If you have any questions for the Zetas, you can reach us on Instagram at the Sac State Zetas, or you can shoot us an email at sacstatezetas@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and answer any questions that you may have now, or just want to reach out and get to know us. If you want to keep in touch and keep up to date on our events, follow our Instagram, which is Sac State Zetas.
And I know we're having just another thing. I know we're having events up until November. So I know keep in contact with us. Keep looking at our Instagram page. Keep asking any your favorite Zeta, favorite Sigma on campus that you want to talk to, whatever. Ask us about events so we can just plug you with the events that we're doing and keep you in the loop as much as possible. I do appreciate y'all for coming out. I do appreciate our speakers who were there. John for backup, older brother Hur-Khan for helping us put this on and everything of that nature. But with that being said, it was great talking to you guys and sharing this information with you. But we're gonna head out. Bye, y'all.
Bye. It was good talking to everybody and sharing our experiences. Hope everyone has a safe night and get your rest. Stay safe out here.